Hi everyone, today we are going to be looking at the BRX Do More PLC MQTT communications. MQTT stands for Message Queuing Telemetric Transport. This simple publish and subscribe communication protocol does not take too many resources. Constrained devices with low bandwidth are ideal for MQTT. This protocol provides machine-to-machine connectivity, which is ideal for the Internet of Things. This protocol is not for remote I/O or real-time deterministic applications. MQTT is a good solution for applications that move data from hundreds or thousands of machines, which have sensors, etc., to clients in many networks. So we will be installing a Windows-based broker called Mqtt, and the Do More PLC will be one of the clients publishing and subscribing to the MQTT broker. And then we're going to be using MQTT Lens, which is a Chrome browser application that will be the other client publishing and subscribing to the MQTT broker as well. Now each client will share information, so let's get started here. And here's a breakdown on my screen of the MQTT communications, and what you will see is that we have a broker here in the middle and we have clients on each side. Each can subscribe or publish to the broker to get information or to publish information that will be available on the network. So in our case, we're going to be installing a Mqtt broker, which will act as the broker for our network itself. And on one end, we will have our BRX PLC, BRX, that will actually be publishing, and we'll be publishing WX 100, which will be an analog word, and then we'll be also publishing X100, which is a bit. That will go in the Mqtt broker, and then we will be subscribing to WY0, which is an analog word as well, and a Y0, which is a bit location. Then on the other end, we have an MQTT lens, which will be publishing this WY0 analog signal, so we can pick that up, and our Y0, which is our bit location. So both analog words or registers as well as bits will be transferred back and forth. So the first thing we'll do is actually install our broker and allow it to run. So our broker itself, let's just go to our website. Now, detailed information contained in the video can be found at ACC Automation. Now, a link has been put in the description below. This will include all the download links that you're going to be seeing. And if you have not watched the other videos yet, there'll be links to the description below that will start your video 1. There'll be links to the rest of this video series as well. So what you'll see here is my Eclipse Mqtt Foundation software. And if we go into, you can see here that we have a Windows-based package. We can either install the 64-bit version or the 32-bit version. And in order to determine whether your system is 32 or 64, what you want to do is under the control panel, call up System, and when you do, you'll see that your system type will be listed right here. And in my case here, it's a 64-bit operating system. So that's how we actually determine whether it's going to be a 32 or 64. And what we'll do is download this file, and then we'll install that file. And again, detailed information is contained on the website, so if you go to there, it'll give you a step-by-step breakdown of actually our installation. And then what happens is this will install Mqtt broker as a service. So if we look at the services, we'll see here Mqtt broker, and this is our version. Right now I have it set for manual installation, or manual startup. That means that I will start it manually every time I need to use it. In a application on your floor that's behind the firewall, what we'll do is we can make this automatic, so we don't have to start it all the time. It'll automatically start with the Windows software. So that is our service, and what we'll end up doing is we will start a command prompt, and then what we'll do is change the directory and it's C:\program files /Mqtt, and that changes my directory to our broker. Then if I want to see all the different commands I can use with Mqtt broker, I'll just type in Mqtt/H for help, and it will give me all the specifications. And what we'll be doing is we'll start it up with verbose mode, and what that allows us to do is actually enable us to view the connections as they happen with both our clients, being the BRX PLC as well as the MQTT lens. So let's start our broker up now, and we're going to go -V, enter. So what it's doing is opening up the ports on port 1883 on both IPv6 and v4. So it's now listening, and what it's doing is going to now accept everything that we have from our clients. Now, the one other thing we need to actually do is determine exactly what the IP address is going to be on this device. So let's just start up another command prompt, and what I'll do is just move this over here, and what I can do is type in ipconfig, and it will list what my IP address is currently for this computer, which is right here, 192.168.115. Now I have all the information I need in order to now connect my clients. So let's close this prompt down, and we'll keep our broker going. And now the next thing we're going to do is actually look at our Do More PLC, which is right here. And on our Do More PLC, you'll see that we have a program already going. And the first thing we'll do is look at our PLC, and then we'll look at our system configuration. Now we can also go under our project browser right here, system configuration. Either way will get us to the same location. And if we go into our device configuration, you'll see our BRX MQTT client. So we'll double click that, and here is where we set up our client settings. So we're going to call this BRX MQTT client. We're going to use the IP address that we just found out, which is 192.168.115. And we're going to leave all these other settings as the default. You'll notice our server port is actually 1883, the same as what our port opened up on our broker. And then we have we could enable a will or not enable a will. It doesn't really matter right now in our case. We're not going to look at that right now. So we'll just hit cancel on that. So that's our MQTT client all set up. So we'll hit OK. Then what we'll do is take a look at our actual program itself. Now the first thing you'll see is that our WX0, which is coming from our input, is very unstable. And what's happening is that when we publish this value, it's going to be unstable as well. So what we're going to do is take it and we're going to divide by 100 using our math instruction here in order to make it more stable. So what we'll do is divide that by 100 and store it at WX100. So this is exactly what this first line is doing in my program. We'll just call that up so you can see. So we take WX0, divide by 100, and store it at WX100. And that gives me my analog value that I have. So let me just close that down. So that's always on, and that's what it's going to do. Now currently right now my program's not running. So you'll see, because it's not running, we'll see we're in a stop mode down here. The next program will be my Mqtt Publish. So if I double click that, we'll call up this. Again, my MQTT client device will be our BRX MQTT client. We're going to do a continuous on power flow, and we're going to do a constant, which is 200 milliseconds. So every 200 milliseconds, it's going to look at my data and determine whether or not to publish this information. And the first published information, well, first of all, it's going to come into the topic, which will be PLC/BRX/. So that is my topic prefix. Then if I look at my individual topic, WX100, and the payload will come from WX100. It will not be retained, and it will be published on change. So every 200 milliseconds it looks at, determine whether or not it should actually publish this information or not. And if I double click that, you can see how I can then change that information. And then my next one is X100, which is the bit location. So on the bit location, we only want to publish if there's a change in the information every 200 milliseconds. So we'll cancel that. So that is my program, and on success after publishing, it'll set bit C0, and on error, it'll set C1. So that is that my coverage there. Then my next one is my subscribe, and on my subscribe, if we go back to our information that we have previously right here, our BRX wants to subscribe to WY0 and WY0 and Y0. So let's close that down. And so our subscribe, we'll call that up, and sure enough, that's exactly what we're doing here. We're actually using the same client. We are using the same prefix, PLC, BRX, BRX. Then we are subscribing to WY0 and Y0 right here. So both a register as well as a bit location. So cancel there, and then we have the end of the program. So that's our entire program. And so the next thing what we should do is actually now look at some of our hardware that we have on our BRX. So let's look at our hardware. And what you'll see here is that we have our BRX PLC located right here. Currently right now we're in stop mode, and we have a 9-volt battery going to my pot, which controls my analog input signal. Then we have a multimeter set to DC voltage, which is measuring the output of my WX0 information. So that is our program itself. So the first thing we'll do is up here on my screen, you'll see that we have been monitoring WX0 and then WX100, which is the one that we're going to be publishing. So let's turn this into run mode. And when we turn into run mode, turn it back into the terminal mode, we'll look at our broker. In our broker, we have messages received, and you'll see WY0. It's received this one to the broker, and it's also receiving Y0. So, and then periodically what you'll see is pings back and forth to ensure that our broker is still communicating to that device, that client. Now you also notice that we have now on our WX0, we're actually sending out 126 now after our division by 100, and our bit is off. So everything looks like it's working well. So that is our BRX now communicating. Next, what we'll do is let's set up our MQTT. So let's go back to our browser, and our browser MQTT Lens is actually an application. So we just launched this application, all right, after we've installed MQTT Lens on our browser, and it comes up like this. So what we'll do is it comes up on a different window. We will add connection. So our connection is actually going to be sudo broker BRX, and our host name again will be our address, all right, which is our 196. I believe that's correct. Let's just verify that again using our or looking at our BRX PLC. We'll look under PLC, the system configuration and device configuration, BRX MQTT, and 192, 168, 115. So we can go back to our lens. 192, 168.1.15. So that is our location. Our client ID will be used as the default here. And then all we do then is, and we will not put in credentials for username and passwords. So we'll hit create connection. Right now we are now connected to our broker. If we look at our broker, here it is right here. You will see that now our new client is our lens, and there's our ID. So what we have to do first of all is we will subscribe to our BRX PLC information that's being published. So it's PLC BRX WX 100, and then we'll hit subscribe. And now what you'll notice is once I've hit subscribe, if I change my pot, you can see that we are actually changing, and it's actually showing up here. If I look back at my broker, you can see how it says as publishing it, so I can see exactly what's going on here. The next we'll describe is WX or X100. There you go. And what we'll do is hit subscribe for that one. And let's take a look at our BRX PLC here. So X100 is off. Let's just turn that on. And let's look back at our, oh, we never hit the subscribe. So X100, so then it'll show us it going on and off. So our publish from our lens, what we'll do first of all is, again, our publish will be PLC BRX, and we are going to publish to we will publish actually to our Y, and this will be capital Y and 0, and we'll publish a 1 to that. So we'll subscribe, or we'll publish that. And when we do, what you'll notice is that on our actual BRX itself, we have as the bit itself turning on, which is Y0. So that works well. And if we put a 0 in there and we hit publish, it then turn that bit off. So you can see it's quite quick as soon as it goes into the broker. And again, we can see that on our broker right here, sending the bit one on and off. Then what we can do is we can actually go the W Y0, which is the word, and we can change this value. We'll put it to 1000 and we'll hit publish. So when that happens, what you'll notice is that now our display screen here is reading a voltage on our output, which represents that value of 1000. Now that value actually will increase all the way up to 30,000 or 32,000. and change. So if we were to hit publish on now, that'll bring us close to our 10 volt signal. Then if I go back to 0, it'll go back to 0 again. And hit publish. So you can see how MQTT lens can now control, and we can share information between both the bricks and the MQTT lens as through the broker. So this communication package works very well. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button below. If you have any questions about this video, please leave a comment below and I'll do my best to answer it. If you want more information about us, or you want our free ebooks on numbering systems or robust data logging, please click on the link in the description below to get it. A new video is put out every Monday, so make sure you hit the subscribe button so you get more videos like this in the future. Remember to click the bell beside your subscription to actually receive those notifications. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
Thank you.